Morning coffee talk. So today I want to talk about the art of letting go. I have a lot to say about the subject, so I hope you have like 10 minutes to kill right now. I took a bunch of notes on it actually because I have so much to say. The art of letting go is pertains to every aspect of your life. For example, possessions. We hold on to so many things that we don't need. And when you have all of these things, they can make you feel weighed down. They can prevent you from having the energy to take on anything new. So if you're constantly shrouded with a ton of possessions, it can actually inhibit your life from allowing new items to come or new experiences if you're bogged down by so much that you have. So if you have a bunch of possessions, you can start asking questions to yourself like, does this make me feel good about myself? If it's like clothing, for example. Is it easily replaceable? A lot of times people won't let go of something because they think they're going to need it someday. Well, if you can easily replace it, then why hold on to it, right? If it's something that you haven't used in months and months, you should probably just get rid of it because you don't want a whole list of all the stuff that you might get to someday. Do you actually like what it is that you're holding on to? I know a lot of times that people will inherit a bunch of possessions from somebody who has passed away, and then they have all this stuff that they don't even like, don't even want, but they have this guilt to hold on to it because it belonged to somebody that they loved. But I mean, honestly, I really doubt that person's going to come from the grave and start haunting you because you got rid of Nana's fur coat. Is it a functional item? Is it beautiful? Does it create joy in your life? You have to kind of ask these questions and start practicing just purging the art of letting go of some of your stuff. A lot of times I go through my stuff and I put it out on the curb for other people for free, and people take stuff all the time, and it's fun for them because they get stuff for free, and then whatever people don't take, I end up donating, unless it's like something that can't be donated, and then I throw it out. But I think that letting go of a lot of that stuff is key because it's kind of frees up your mind for more space, and it frees up the energy in your house so the energy can flow more freely. The art of letting go. This is about looking at friendships and relationships and saying, is this relationship causing me physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, any kind of harm in that way? Because if you have a friendship like that, maybe it's time to, examine it and say, this isn't what's best for me. I had a friend for many years that we were extremely close. I would even say best friends. And I came to realize over time that every feeling I had about this person caused me negativity. So, for example, I would think about that person coming over to the house, and then I would think, no, because then they're going to say, this is what's wrong with my house, or this is what's wrong with my relationship with my spouse, or if we would go to make plans, it always ended up being way overcomplicated, and it would just leave me feeling very negatively with the interaction. And I just came to realize that every interaction that I had with this person was tinged with negativity. And also, anytime I ever thought about this person, it wasn't pleasant. So eventually we outgrew each other to the point where I realized that I couldn't have this person in my life anymore because all they were doing was drawing negativity into my life. So we went our separate ways. Again, relationships. You can have hopes with how you want things to be, but your hopes should not turn into expectations. You can ask and you can wait for something that you want, but you have to be willing to accept the answer. And you also have to know that you may end up having to go alone, that person can't give you what you need, maybe emotionally, or they're not available that day to do something that you want to do. But you have to get to the point where you're comfortable enough with yourself that you can do things on your own, that you can love yourself the way you want to be loved, and that way you're not putting all these expectations onto somebody else. You can't rely on other people to feel good about yourself. I've done that for many years to many people. I've relied on what they thought of me in order for me to feel good about myself. And I'm not going to do that anymore. Also, you can't make somebody love you. You can't make somebody like you, and you can't make somebody love you the way that you want to be loved. People are only capable of doing what they're able to do, and you can't put any other expectations on them other than, what they are able to give you. So we all need to learn the art of letting go when it comes to our relationships, I think. Letting go is realizing that you can't help somebody who has self-harming behavior. So you might have like an addict in your life, or you may have someone who's suffering from an eating disorder. There are a myriad of things that people do to themselves that is completely self-destructive. And you have to let go. There's nothing you could do to help that person other than you can listen, you can be supportive, and you can offer advice if they ask you for it, but they're going to do whatever they want to do no matter what. They have to decide that they don't want to be sick anymore. So letting go is realizing that you really can't help somebody else until they decide that they want help. Letting go is letting go of the past. It's letting go of resentments. It's letting go of fear. It's letting go of the fear of being in love or being truly happy. I think that people get stuck in these situations. They don't know how to get out because they're so afraid they're going to make the wrong decision, or someone's afraid if they leave their job, they're not going to be able to find another job. Or, if you're in a relationship, you're afraid to be alone after that relationship, but deep down inside when something's making you unhappy. So you really can't force something that's not working because you're afraid to let it go. And I think you have to learn to let go of what people think of you, of your relationships. I mean, nobody knows the ins and outs of a relationship other than the two people who are directly involved in that relationship. So it's just like other people. You can tell them whatever you want, but they're still going to do what they want to do. It's the same for you. So anyone can tell you anything about your relationships, but you're going to do what you want to do. So you should just let go of what other people think, because a lot of times it's completely detrimental. I can't even tell you how many times that I've been in a relationship with somebody else and I've called a girlfriend for advice or something. And then the advice I get will be like, they want to do like what's in the best interest for me, for example. So they'll give me all this advice about, what I should do towards the other person or this or that. And I'll walk away thinking, well, no, my relationship with that person is not like that at all. And I'm not going to do that. That doesn't fit the way that we are. So we need to let go of what other people think too. And I feel like also we should let go of our inhibitions. I mean, again, this is your life. You need to do what makes you happy. So if you feel like doing something silly, do something silly. If you feel like going on a trip, go on a trip. Just do what you want to do. And don't care about what other people think. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be people who judge us or think that we're ridiculous or think we're messing up our lives or whatever. Like, anyone can think whatever they want. But we need to let go of that because honestly, this is your life. You should do what makes you happy. And that's it. It's as simple as that. So today, I made the promise to myself that I'm going to listen to these words that I'm saying as many times as I need to, over and over and over, until I have mastered the art of letting go. Because this is the number one lesson that I've had to learn in my life, and it's a huge struggle for me to practice what I preach. So I made a promise to myself today, and I said, I'm going to listen to this video as many times as I need to change my life, because I need to let go. Everything is bigger than me, and all I can do is control how I react to whatever is happening. So beyond that, I have no control. So just letting go of thinking that you have control over anything other than yourself too. So that is my goal. That is my goal.